Hi there, hi, good morning everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, reflux, painful digestion, bloating and so on, any kind of related hormone problems, chronic fatigue, etc., which can quite often be linked quite strongly to what's going on in your gut. And I do this with state-of-the-art gut testing, hormone testing if we need it, any other kind of lab testing, and then supplements and nutrition tweaks and lifestyle tweaks, etc., to get things working a lot better for you. So something that crops up quite often is the subject of dairy. Is dairy triggering my symptoms? Do I need to give it up? If I do give it up, then how can I make sure I'm getting enough calcium in my diet, etc.? So I'm going to cover all of this, or a lot of this today, few of these main points. So basically, if people are wondering about giving up dairy, they're essentially looking for relief from symptoms such as painful digestion, bloating, maybe skin conditions or respiratory issues such as postnasal drip and things like that. And they want to know if dairy is causing the issue, should they give it up, and how should they go about it? So basically, first up then, if you are bloating, then dairy can definitely be the culprit, or it can be part of the problem. It could be that you're bloating because you're just not breaking down proteins and fats, the proteins and fats that are contained in dairy particularly well. And this could just be down to an imbalance in your digestive system. It could be down to something like your microbiome may be completely out of whack, or even slightly out of balance, can cause these kind of foods not to be broken down particularly well. So it's not necessarily a problem with the dairy as such, but it can be the kind of underlying state of your gut that is the issue. And then if we fix that, then hopefully you could then end up tolerating dairy okay. So aside from that, if people are looking to improve their digestion, so maybe they are getting cramps or nausea, diarrhea or stomach pain, then this can quite often be down to dairy as well. You could be lactose intolerant. So quite a few people are actually lactose intolerant. So lactose being the sugar that's contained in dairy. So if you can't break that down, then that can cause lots of problems for you as well. If it does turn out you're lactose intolerant, then the only option is to just avoid dairy all the time. There's not really a whole lot you can do about that. And then just stick to dairy-free products and dairy-free foods. So next up, if you suffer with your skin, there are a lot of studies which link dairy products to skin problems. So for example, eczema would be a big one, or acne as well. There's a strong link with dairy there. So if you're suffering with any of those kind of things, then taking dairy out of your diet for a period of time to see if things improve can certainly be very helpful. So you could do that alongside maybe taking an appropriate probiotic. That may be maybe enough to help the problem. Otherwise, do get in touch and we can certainly arrange for some testing as well to find out what's going on in there and find out what the root cause of your issue is. So a big problem is, though, when you stop eating dairy, you'll want to know where you're going to get your calcium from, which is a really big concern. But needless to say that dairy is not necessarily the best source of calcium for you, and certainly not the only source of calcium. It is a good source of calcium, but there are other sources out there as well. So really, when we're thinking about calcium, we need to be thinking about magnesium as well, because you need to be getting plenty of magnesium in your diet in order to absorb the calcium. So if you are feeling low in calcium, or you need to kind of boost your levels for whatever reason, then make sure you're getting plenty of magnesium as well. So sources of magnesium in the diet, the big ones are leafy greens, avocados, bananas, figs, and luckily cocoa, which is a nice one. So really good quality chocolate, so 70% or higher is a really great source of magnesium for you. There are a few foods as well which are great sources of both calcium and magnesium. So those would be seeds, particularly chia seeds, and sesame seeds, and nuts as well, particularly almonds. They're a great source. And also sardines, with, you know, little fish with the little bones in. Those are a great source of magnesium and calcium. And tofu as well, which is a lovely source of both. So there's plenty of options out there if you do have to stop eating dairy. So that aside, there are different types of dairy, of course. So you may find you tolerate some dairy better than others. So highly processed dairy, conventional dairy products can be tricky for a lot of people to process and digest. But if you try, for example, a good quality Greek yogurt or kefir, you may find that you tolerate that fine, because the bacteria have already got to work on those tricky to digest parts of the dairy product. And so when you eat it, it's much easier for you to not only digest, but also absorb all those nice nutrients as well. So if you do want to experiment with this though, by taking out dairy and seeing what happens, then make sure you don't do it for too long. So maybe 2 to 4 weeks. Just that's plenty of time to establish if dairy is the issue for you. It could also be that dairy is part of the problem, and there are other areas that need support as well. So it's really not beneficial to just keep taking food groups out of your diet for long periods of time, because that can have a detrimental effect on your microbiome and your health in general. So 2 to 4 weeks, take the dairy out. Is it a problem? Isn't it? It should show you yes or no at the end of that period of time. But if you do try that and it's not turning out to be the dairy that's the problem, or you think maybe it's only part of the picture, then do get in touch and we can certainly arrange for getting some testing going on and finding out what's going on for you. Okay, so I hope you did find that useful. If you do like and share, and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye.